Hey guys, welcome to my live stream tonight. This is going to be fun, hopefully. It is live, so there will definitely be some stuck videos, some frozen images, some laggy audio, and a bunch of technical glitches. But while all that's going on, hopefully we'll get to create some aviation content. We'll get to interact with the audience a little bit, and we'll get to talk to some aviators that you guys know and love. So what are the ground rules? I have assembled the 10 best pilots on the internet. And I've done my homework. I know they're the 10 best because I asked each of them, are you the best pilot on the internet? And all of them said yes. So I know what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring each pilot in one at a time. We're going to do a quick Q&A, and we're going to throw out some trivia questions about that particular pilot. Well, I see people in the lobby down here laughing. What are y'all laughing at? We'll have you call in if you have the answer to the question. You're really, really close to the answer to the question. And I'll throw a little gift your way. There's 2 ground rules. The first rule, please be respectful. Everybody who's taking part in this tonight is generously donating their time this evening on their Saturday night so that they can help me out and help create content for you. So please be respectful in the comments. And also if you call in, the number 2 rule is if you call in and I give you something, 1 phone call per person, please. Waukesha pilot, I'm talking to you. I can't give you all the loot tonight. All right. So those are the ground rules. My wife, Erin, is here to help me in case I do anything stupid. She can slap me in the side of the head. All right, so our first guest tonight is way too big to be doing anything with me. All these people are. I have no idea how this is happening right now. But this is our fuzzy-faced friend from the north who has an outstanding gift for telling stories and making great videos. The guy gets to fly all these amazing aircraft, and I'm so happy to be able to have him on my stream tonight.
Worked hard to get here. I'm gonna try not to screw it up.
It started with simple self-analysis videos that I shared with some friends, and the reaction was great, and Flight Chops was born.
Creating content for Flight Chops has taken me places I'd never imagined.
It is a beautiful night for flying.
Allowing me to fly dozens of types of aircraft.
Is this a little uncomfortable for you? Not uncomfortable. The good news is I don't really have a comfort zone because I'm doing so much crazy stuff all the time.
Meet some amazing people and achieve some incredible things along the way.
Well, so you've gone and done it. Now you got to get this airplane back on the ground by yourself.
Steve from Flight Chops, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
What are you doing that you're bored enough to join me for this tonight?
Trying to grow my hair as vertically as possible and fill the beard in. It's been a lot of work.
I just shaved mine today. So I am in Dallas and you are slightly north of me. Are the rules pretty similar up there? Are you guys doing the shelter in place thing right now?
Pretty much, yep.
Not doing a lot. I saw your looks like your multi-instrument training was halted. Are you getting any flying in right now?
My plan is to go on Monday to fly to Harvard, that airplane you just saw. So the museum is closed, where I'm a crew member, to the public, but we're keeping flight ops open so the pilots can stay current.
Yeah.
But we're sticking with the rules, so we can't go within 6 feet of anybody. So obviously that means we're flying solo. And it kind of also means we're pulling airplanes in and out by ourselves unless we can get someone to help and stay 6 feet away. So I might get some help. That airplane is a bit of a monster to get in and out. I don't want to knock a wingtip light off. But that's my plan. Hopefully Monday that works out, but that's kind of going to be it. I'm just going to do my minimum currency flight.
That's cool. Well, hopefully this stuff wraps up pretty soon. I saw you uploaded a video from 2018 and I thought, oh no.
So, I mean, it's been a blessing, I guess. I'm at the point where I'm mostly over the devastating disappointment of canceling our international year. My wife did a thing called a 4/5 at her work, which is she gets 80% of her salary for 5 years. The 5th year she takes off. She very carefully planned that year to line up perfectly with the pandemic.
Wow.
So we managed to get about, I want to say maybe 2/3 of our trips done, but we really had big ones planned for the end of the year. So we were supposed to be in Europe last month and Africa next month.
Wow.
That's all. Yeah, it was pretty devastating. So I made a video that I published on March 9th, which aged very badly. The original title was essentially me making a fist in front of the KLM plane talking about everything. I think the title initially was "This virus is costing us money and the airlines more money" or something. Because initially, at that point, March 9th, which was like 12 to 15 years ago, the North American leadership at best was giving us nothing. I mean, in Canada, we had nothing to work with. In the States, you guys had some different information. But so as of the 9th, I was literally, what had happened was Aero Friedrichshafen, which I was supposed to go to in Germany, was just canceled. And I still had the trip booked for my family. I was like, do I cancel the whole trip now?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? So at that point, everybody in North America was like, no, we're good. Everything's good. And then South by Southwest canceled.
Yeah.
So I made that video at that time, interviewing my doctor friend who's a pilot. And in the raw footage of that video, by the way, is this the kind of stuff you want to talk about? Because I could go on.
I just want to kind of banter for about a minute or two, and then
Okay,
I'm going to throw out your trivia question to the.
I'll bring it down to 30 seconds.
All right.
So my doctor friend gave me some sound bites that I did not put in that episode because he was saying stuff like, this will be like something we've never seen in our lifetimes. There's going to be border closures. They're going to completely shut down airline travel. I was like, I can't put this. There's no way anyone is going to believe, like, this is talking about alarmism. Like, really? Is this what we're talking about? I was still coming to terms with it. That video was like a snapshot in time. Ironically, within 3 days, almost everything he predicted happened.
Wow.
So I ended up changing the title to like, it's like me face palming saying, yes, we cancel everything. And I stickied a comment saying, wow, did this video, like within 72 hours, the world changed. So yeah, I've been catching up on my back catalog of editing. So I guess that's why I started this ridiculous side story. It's because it actually relates to your question. Yeah, I have footage in the can from 2018, a massive shoot that I did in Alaska, a bunch of float training, a beaver checkout, and it's just 2 terabytes of footage that I just had not had time to wrap my head around. So now I have time.
All right. Well, do you have a trivia question for the viewing audience?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you have a trivia question, I will throw it over to you. You can ask that question.
Okay, so my question is, in my recent flight review, I flew with a CFI that's trying to really bring airline logic into GA training and try to reduce GA accidents by having GA pilots think like airline pilots more so in their training. Can anyone name that CFI?
All right, so the question's out there, and to prevent the lag, you all have the information. There's a number at the bottom of the screen. You can call that number. Hopefully the phone will ring and someone will have the answer and we can give some stuff away. And if no one calls, then I'll keep it. So do you want to call and see if you can? You don't know the answer to that question. I do. So I expected glitches. I expected the phone to ring a lot quicker. So there may be some awkward pauses. I didn't mention that in the beginning. There we go. Oh, this is a friend of mine. I have a friend.
From Troy Wisman. To accept, press 1.
Troy, you are live with the one and only Flight Shops. Did you hear the question?
Yes, I heard the question.
Do you know the answer?
I hope so. Dan the Man Grider.
Is that the guy?
That's the guy.
Dan the Man Grider. All right, Troy.
Good job, Troy.
Good job, Troy. It's good to talk to you, by the way, too. I really just told all my friends to call in. So
well, we're just hoping Aaron will get a slap off to you before the show's over.
There you go.
Well, there's an email address at the bottom of my screen, trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com. And you have won 2 tickets to see Bon Jovi at Madison Square Garden next Sunday.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Wait, never mind. You have won either a $25 gift card to Sporties or DoorDash if that helps you more at this time. So just shoot an email to that address and I'll get that sent off to you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Steve, for being on the show, too.
No problem.
All right. Thanks, Troy. You have a good night.
Bye, Troy.
All right. I didn't think I would know anybody. Well, that's how I want this to go. Oops. Knock microphones off my shirt. I'm going to invent a shirt that has microphones embedded in it. So that's kind of the game plan. We're going to bring people on. We're going to do that. So, Steve, thank you very, very much for taking time out of your schedule and stuff. I know you are extremely busy, and I'm very glad you were able to do this for me. Thank you so much.
All right, take it easy.
All right, you have a good one.
See ya.
All right. You going to give me a second as I undo some things? All right. The next person that we're bringing onto the stream is a really good friend of mine. He lives close by. This guy is a videographer, a photographer. He does some of the most amazing air-to-air video work, military jets. He does interviews and stuff with veterans, and he's a really, really good guy. And I'm very glad to have him with us tonight. Let me throw up his intro.
Hi, my name is Erik Johnston, and I'm an aviation photographer. Join me as I document all kinds of aircraft from big to small and cool to, well, really cool.
What are you doing, Erik?
Not much, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Are you family and everybody safe and healthy and everything's good?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Unfortunately, you and I can't hang out during these times, but we got to wait for that to. We got to wait for the quarantine to get over with.
I know. I miss it. So Erik and I live about 15 minutes apart, and so Erik's the guy I call when she tells me to get out of the house because I'm driving her crazy. And I say, Erik, you want to get a beer? And we go meet and have a beer. And we haven't been able to do that for about 6 or 7 weeks now. So as soon as this is over, we're going to get together and have 6 or 7 beers all at once just to make up for it.
Right. Looking forward to that.
So what's the most recent thing that you shot?
The most recent thing that I shot, that'd be the Lone Star Stole competition.
That was the one that almost didn't happen because of the cloud conditions.
The rain and we got all things considered, we had a really good turnout, and of course some of the guys were not able to make it, because they got weathered in for and whatnot. But Doug Jackson, the guy putting on the show, he and Live Air Show TV and everybody kind of got together, said, okay, it was going to be held on the grass part in between the taxiway and the runway, and it just got so waterlogged down. And they said, okay, Doug went into all the competitors, say, does anybody have any objections to doing the contest off of the asphalt, off the taxiway? Yeah. Because those big bush tires on concrete or asphalt, stuff like that, it gets expensive over time, because you start going through tires. Nobody said no, so they changed the runway over to the taxiway, and that's where we had it. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, Erik, do you have a trivia question that I told you to ask yesterday? I'm glad you asked. I do, in fact. So back in 2018, I found myself in a town called Temple, Texas, based on some information that there were some abandoned military jets out there. Me and a friend of mine went to confirm that they were there and do some documentation. Can anybody tell me either type? Who can tell me either of the two types of fighters sitting out there in Temple, Texas? It didn't even look like you were reading. It looked like you just off the cuff. Really? Yeah, right. All right. So if anybody knows either the types of fighters, this is a pretty specific question. So I have a hint down here if no one calls in the first couple of seconds here. Oh, are we doing the bonus question if they can name both types of fighters? Well, I always throw that in there, bonus if you know both, but I'm not giving anybody anything else extra. So you just get bragging rights. Okay. So the phone hasn't rang yet, so I'm going to throw a clip up here from that video and see if anybody can identify what
labels. I just wanted to see if that moved, because when I come out here, this was just jutting out, and that's the refueling boom. Yeah, when I come out here, it was more like.
All right, you are on the live stream with Erik Johnston. Who am I talking to?
In Jordan, Minnesota.
John in Jordan, Minnesota.
Oh wow! Hey, John.
Yes.
So first off, I'll ask you, do you know either of the types of aircraft that were in that abandoned field?
Well, I know for sure it was F-14s, and I believe another one was an A4.
Close. It's not an A4, a B4, a C4, a D4, an E4.
A4 Skyhawk.
Those.
The other one would be F-14 Tomcat.
Those F-14s and F-4 Phantoms, but good enough. Did you know before we played the clip of the video?
Yes.
How did you really? How'd you know?
I watched his channel and I shared that video on social media.
I told you, Brian, I have someone watching my channel just like
I thought I was the only one. Man, that's awesome. Well, so I have your name. My wife has your name down here on a piece of paper.
Just first name.
Just your first name. You said, John, what was your last name?
Chvatal. Chvatal.
All right. So you can email me at trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com, and I will send you your choice of a $25 gift card to Sporties or DoorDash, depending on what suits you. Do you have any questions or anything while you got Erik on the hook?
No, not at this time.
All right. Well, I will let you go.
Watching, John. I appreciate that, buddy.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling in. You have a great night. Bye. All right, man. I thought you were making all that up about I got all these views on my channel.
Nope. And I just met the guy.
Well, you got people that come from Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, Erik, that's all I have. Thank you so much. I really can't wait for this to end. I want to go out and fight about politics with you over beer sometime.
Right.
So, thank you for stopping by. I hope you and your family are safe and healthy, and I hope you have a good evening.
You bet. Bye, Aaron. Bye, Brian.
All right. Good night, Erik. All right. So that was Erik. All right. My next guest is a very entertaining and interesting guy who does things in airplanes that I have no interest in doing, but I love watching people do. And I get a little, my hands sweat anytime I watch videos of this guy, but I can't wait to share him with you.
I'm going to push this to the point where nobody will want to attempt it. So when you go into an inverted flat spin, you're upside down. You slow the airplane down, you let it stall inverted, you put the power in, and that airplane is spinning flat. It is not flying. The airplane is spinning and falling. Something inside my brain said, dude, do more of that.
Dude, your brain's messed up.
Yeah, well, you know.
I knew there'd be something. Oh.
I've been huffing these things all day. This is I'm almost look at that last one today.
When we did the dry run today, your shirt was red, so it's working.
Oh man, that's good. I you know what? I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. Spencer, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. I've been waiting all day for this, Brian. I've told everybody this is happening. I posted it on Facebook. I hardly got kicked out of any Facebook groups today for over posting this thing. I mean, which is a great day for me to not get kicked out of Facebook groups.
And everyone said the same thing. Who's Brian?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, the guy from the FISDO?
Wait, he's the guy that goes to the FISDO. He's been to the FISDO more times than you, right? I'm like, I don't know anything about that.
Well, you're the world record holder for most inverted flat spins. I'm going for most visits to the FISDO, so we'll see if I can do that. How many?
Hey, according to Guinness, more is more.
All right, Spencer, I will kick it over to you for the next trivia question. Do you have a trivia question about yourself?
I do. So in April of last year, I was flying over the San Fernando Valley in California, in Los Angeles, cruising at 7,500 feet on my way to Yuma, Arizona, to attempt to break my own record for the most inverted flat spins. Everything was normal. I was just cruising along until it wasn't. Something happened causing me to have to declare an emergency and land immediately. What critical component of my pit special fell off the airplane in flight?
Was it a wing? Was it the wing? Did the wing fall off, Spencer?
Well, there are two, right? You got a spare. There's a spare. What critical component fell off, causing me to have to... I got
$20 that says I know who this is. It's from New Zealand. This is going to be Glenn Towler. I was hoping this guy would call in. Or if it's not, I hope it's whoever it is. You are on the live stream with Spencer Suderman. Who am I talking to?
Glenn Towler from New Zealand.
I met Glenn at Oshkosh 2 years ago, and he's the only person I know in New Zealand. Frequently in my comments.
I'm watching this.
So, Glenn, what time is it in New Zealand?
It's 12:48.
All right. And do you know what fell off of Spencer's aircraft, causing him to have to declare an emergency?
It's the propeller.
It is the propeller. Here's a photo. Spencer, what's going on in this photo?
So I had just landed at Whiteman Airport after declaring an emergency and I decided I'm landing on that runway. I landed, I rolled off the runway, and of course, like everybody in an emergency, the first thing I did was take out my phone and take a selfie. What else do you do?
Glenn, do you have any questions for Spencer before we sign off?
No, I mean, do you think maybe Oshkosh is here or not? I mean, I know Oshkosh is sort of,
I've already decided I'm going to go to Oshkosh whether it happens or not.
I'm planning on going. I'm not planning on taking an airplane there. One of my sponsors.
You and I should go, and we can just send the field on our own.
Let's do it, man. So, so you have won a coupon for 3 free rentals at Blockbuster Video. What happened?
I think they're closed right now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, Glenn, I guess that's not going to happen. So if you will send an email to trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com, I'll get your information from you, and I'll give you a $25 gift card to your choice, Sporties or DoorDash, whichever works better for you right now. Whatever works in New Zealand. I will buy dinner for you in New Zealand from the United States.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
All right. Hey, it's good talking to you, Glenn. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
have a good night. Bye. His name is Glenn Tyler. I met him at Oshkosh 2 years ago. I've seen him. He is a subscriber to a lot of different YouTube aviation channels, and I see him in the comments a lot, and we interact. Spencer, you're going to have to stop that. So I met him at Oshkosh, and he's a really, really great guy. All right, Spencer, I don't have anything else for you, but I am going to most likely bring you on many, many, many times in the future. You and I have some fun together.
I don't know why. I don't know why you would let me come back.
Because you and I are both mental 13-year-olds.
Yeah, well, the reason, the difference between the Boy Scouts and a bunch of pilots?
I'm so nervous.
The Boy Scouts have adult supervision.
There you go. All right, well, with that, Spencer, I will say good night to you. I hope you and your family are all safe and healthy, and I hope we're all back up and flying, and I hope to cross paths with you at some point in person sometime.
Thanks, Brian. Same to you, and ciao for now.
All right, you have a good night, buddy. All right, so who do I have next on my list? All right, I got a couple people on my list that like to fly around in their fancy twin-engine aircraft and make these really great videos, and they're a lot of fun, and everybody likes them, and they begged to be on my stream tonight, so I decided to give them an opportunity to come in and visit with you guys.
Don't clap my clap. 3, 2, 1. All right. He felt left out back there.
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Howdy, Brian.
Erik and Jamie from 310 Pilot. You guys are way too awesome to be on my little channel. Thank you guys so much for coming out. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
You guys getting any flying in right now, or are you pretty much stuck?
Well, we were supposed to be in Kentucky with you guys. We had the cabin rented and everything. That didn't work out. So here we are, social distancing in our living room and joined up. We're still working, essential employees and all, so things are semi-normal minus helping with the kids with schoolwork.
Yeah.
Our plane should be done in like a week. It's been getting painted down in Florida, so we should be back in action. Just knocked out my tail wheel in the meantime. So
when's the big reveal?
Well, I find out Monday exactly when I can pick it up. So I'll know more Monday, but I'm hoping within a week or so.
Very cool, man. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll ask you the question I've asked everybody else, which we all know the answer to. Do you have a trivia question that you would like to ask our viewers?
We do.
Oh, awesome. That's great news. What you got for us?
Howdy, guys. This is a scenario-based question. You're departing an airport and you call the nearest approach controller to pick up flight following. If you hear me or Jamie's voice, what major class Bravo airport are you flying near?
I hope to one day hear your voice giving me flight following. All right, we'll give people a couple of seconds.
Shut your eyes in because you'll be safe.
Say again?
You'll be able to shut your eyes. You'll be safe. You hear our voice?
We got somebody from Ohio. All right, you are on the live stream with Kevin and JB from 310 Pilot. Do you know the answer to the trivia question?
Absolutely. Chicago O'Hare.
Chicago O'Hare. Would that be correct, guys?
You got it.
Chicago O'Hare. That's right. These guys are approach controllers from Chicago O'Hare. You have any questions for Jamie and Kevin from 310 Pilot while you got them on the hook?
Well, I want to know how much that plane's cost to get painted.
Yeah, me too, Kevin. Is that something you're willing to discuss?
Yeah, we'll have to, I'll probably put something together on that. We did so many extra upgrades. We added vortex generators and we did a whole bunch of additional things. So, and I got the annual inspection done while it was there. So I'll have to divvy that out and we'll try to do some sort of breakdown.
So far, you haven't paid anything. Right now, it's zero.
So far, it's been free.
That's what I want.
I've seen the plane in a while.
But it was very competitive. We floated it all around the country, and the guys down there in Zephyr Hills at Hawk Aircraft did a very competitive rate. They've got a whole bunch of other planes that we know of that have won awards at Oshkosh and stuff. So they do a great job. They keep me in the loop. We're really excited to get down there. Very
cool. And to the gentleman on the phone, I did not catch your name. This is my first time doing this, so I'm Make it up.
It's John Chrisman.
John Chrisman. All right. I've thrown an email address up on the screen. You can send me an email, trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com. I want to apologize to everybody else who's joining me tonight that I bought that URL. So I am not the world's greatest pilot by any stretch. So shoot me an email, and I'll get a gift card to either Sporties or DoorDash sent your way within the next 24 hours or so.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks for
Thanks. You have a great night. I didn't think we'd get this far. I thought there'd be a catastrophe by now, and I'd have been like, sorry, guys, gotta go.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, this is going all right.
Internet-based hanging out, so.
I know. The reason I chose that clip was because of the Kentucky thing. Like, people don't know. Kevin and I have gotten to hang out a few times, and it seems most of the time we have one too many beers and come up with wild plans to ride a rotating beacon or do formation flights under a bridge. And thank God there's that 8-hour bottle of throttle rule.
We'll put something together.
One of these days we're going to do something stupid.
I do that now. Ever since I saw you like out clapping when he claps, I'll clap, or I'll try to clap before he claps, and he's just like, I don't know why you guys mess with my claps.
I love that. That's my friend Andrew.
No, but when you have a whole bunch of cameras, I get that question all the time. You clap it, it just helps sync all the cameras together. It makes the editing so much easier when you got different angles. So
yeah, I forgot to even mention that, but yeah, that's what that's for. So
you guys out clap my clap.
You guys, I did. All right. Well, hey guys, thank you very, very much for taking the time out to do this. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the people watching. So I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully this thing ends soon, and we can maybe go to Oshkosh, and if not, Kentucky next year. But we gotta get some flying in.
I will see you at Oshkosh.
I will be there. We're gonna be there whether it's open or closed, man.
We'll have to check it out.
All right, you guys have a good night.
See ya.
Bye, Brian.
Bye. All right, this is working. All right. I know, right?
Yeah, it's going well.
So I'm gonna change out my branding here a little bit. All right, who's next on my list? Oh, God, these guys. All right. So I got some more local folks on my list. These are really, really good friends of mine, and they have been so kind to me and allowed me to do things on their YouTube channel and do some stuff with them. And they're very good friends of mine, and I'm happy. Oh, that's the wrong people. I didn't mean you guys. You're not allowed to. Dan Millican and Christy Wong from.
Hi, Christy. Hi, Dan.
You can.
Hey, Aaron. How come you're not hosting this, Aaron?
I'm sorry, what?
Why aren't you hosting this?
Well, I got to let him have his moment in the spotlight.
My job is to push these buttons for a living. Only I know how to push them. If anyone else pushes them, nothing's going to work. I got to do it.
I bet Aaron could push your buttons.
Oh, God, yeah. All right, so I'll ask each of you guys, what's going on? Christy, I know you have a check ride coming up.
Another one.
She's got a check ride every week. What check ride do you have coming up?
I have my airline transport pilot check ride this next week.
Okay, and for people watching, when did you get your private pilot's license?
Less than 3 years ago.
Okay. Wow. This is the only person I know who's taken 3 written exams in one day.
Well, and in 2 months from now, after her ATP, she's already scheduled her astronaut check ride.
I heard that. And Daniel, when's your next check ride?
Oh, I think I probably need to try to start.
Not exactly.
Eventually, but I don't have a check ride on the horizon.
All right.
Probably should.
You don't have a check ride, but you do have a question for the devoted followers of your YouTube channel.
Okay, so for those who follow the YouTube channel, I fly around the country in a Cessna 210. What is her name? And there you go. I just have given you eliminated male names. So what is her name?
What is the name of
what is the name of that aircraft?
That's your plane?
That is my plane.
And you think
she's pretty?
Huh?
She's pretty.
She is pretty. I've flown in it with you one time. I remember we picked up some ice, and I just
did.
All right, we got somebody from Idaho. Someone from Idaho watches your channel.
Time.
I've flown over the corner of Idaho.
All right, you are on the live stream with Christy Wong and Dan Millican from Taking Off. Who do I have on the phone?
This is Ben.
Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Ben, do you know the nickname of Dan Millican's 210?
Lola.
Yes.
Wow.
Very nice.
All right, we're going to put you on the spot here because I know Christy's got a question for you too.
Yeah, it's a super fan question.
Okay. Super fan question. What is the name of my airplane?
And Wong Warrior is not the name. No, the name.
But you know what? He did get Wong Warrior. That's I would have accepted either answer. Do you know what do you know what the other name she calls her plane is?
I accept Wong Warrior.
Are you a Neil Diamond fan? What do you call your plane, Christy?
Sweet Caroline.
That's right.
The Wong Warrior is Sweet Caroline.
That's right.
Her name is Sweet Caroline, but she is affectionately known as the Wong Warrior.
Well, Ben, there is
reasons.
An email address on the phone, trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com. Shoot me an email. We'll exchange information. And just as with everybody else, I'll send a gift card to either Sporties or DoorDash based on which you prefer. Thank you very much for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks very much.
All right. You have a good night.
So, Brian, when are you going to step up to something real like a 210 from that Grumman?
Well, I was going to ask you why you would choose a 210 over something like a Grumman anyway.
Because I'd like to get there faster. If I want to get somewhere at your Grumman speed, I just ride a lawnmower.
You know what you can do with your fast plane? Go places that are far away in a short period of time.
I could go to Idaho in mine. Grumman would take like 3 weeks.
I'm already having the conversation with this one about upgrading to something faster.
Nice.
I just need something one knot faster than your 210.
A 211.
That's right. All right, Dan, what do you got? What's the next thing you're going to see in your YouTube channel?
Well, I think In the Hangar has been going good. We shot a ton of episodes back in February pre-coronavirus, so we are all nice and close, and we put all of us YouTubers that we've kind of formed a hideous clique with, and it's 3 Brians, a Carl, a Martin, and a Josh, and with Christy and I, and we had a fun time, and so that'll be the next episode that'll probably air Friday. I say probably because you never know, but I'm even thinking about doing it as a premiere and seeing if I can get any of you guys to come on line while we do it. Premiere.
Happy to, Dan. So. All right, with that, thank you guys very much. As with everybody, I'm very, very grateful that you guys are willing to take some time out of your schedule to play with me tonight on my little silly channel, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for being my friend, and I hope to get to see you guys in person soon.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Bye, Christy.
Bye, Dan. All right, we are halfway through. All right, my next guest is not from these parts. He comes from somewhere farther away, and he is going to join us here shortly. That's my best Irish accent. Martin Pauly, what are you doing? What are you doing on my
Brian
channel?
and Aaron. Hello. Well, I just happened to be at the computer and thought somebody might call me.
How are you doing? How's your family? Is everybody's good right now?
Everybody's good, thank you. Yes, I mean we all can't wait for things to get back to normal, but we're all healthy and we still have jobs, and our youngest is still in school. She might be the only one complaining right now about that, but yeah, it's all right.
Very good. So, what are the odds that Oshkosh is going to happen this year, Martin?
I hope it will happen. I mean, I have vacation planned. I had a blast last year and really want to go again, but I don't know that anyone really knows yet. I mean, that's a couple of months away, and a lot can still happen between now and then.
Yeah, I'm really, really hopeful. I've gone, I think I went 1 year, took a year off, and then I went either 2 or 3 years in a row. And it's the most fun. And I really, I hope that it happens this year because I want to go back. Plus I get to visit with all of you people in real life. So I'm looking forward to hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I know. And Sun and Fun got canceled. That was going to be my first time ever to go to Sun and Fun. So obviously I didn't get to go to that. But
yeah, and not just for Oshkosh. I mean, I'm drooling over the low fuel prices, but there's no way to go, right? Once you land somewhere, you can't do anything. So,
have you been able to get any flying in recently during this?
Yeah, a little bit, but all local flying. Right? I take the Bonanza up for a flight once a week or so.
Yeah.
So it's good for the Bonanza. It's good for me, but it's not the same as flying places and getting to know people and places.
Yeah. All right. Well, Martin, I will turn it over to you if you have a trivia question to ask our viewing audience.
I do. And
Whoa!
I feel kind of bad because there's nothing really exciting like a propeller that fell off or so. But it's
there's always time.
If you know my channel, you know I like to fly into these big airports, the Class Bravo airports. And one day I want to be able to say that I've been to all Class Bravos in the lower 48 with my Bonanza. I'm about 1/3 down the list. And there's only one Class Bravo airport that I've been to twice. And I made 2 videos, one each about these flights. The question is, which Class Bravo airport is that?
So I have never landed at a Class Bravo airport. I'm really hoping to do a touch and go at DFW while the traffic is light. And
yeah, now's the time to do it.
I know, like I just want to go call DFW and say ask for the option and see what they say to me. Let's see. Somebody called and then went away real quick. They thought they knew the answer, then they changed their mind. All right, we got somebody from Arizona. I'll be smart and ask for their name this time.
World Test email support.
All right, you are on live with Martin Pauly. Who am I talking to?
Hey, it's Jordan.
Jordan, how are you doing?
Email support in the world. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, do you know the answer to Martin Pauly's question?
Is it Kansas City?
North of there.
It's not Kansas City, no. I've been to Kansas City International, and I've been to.
I'm going to go ahead and screw that one up too, then, because I don't know. I thought it was Kansas City.
No, but we're not letting you go until you get the right answer. This is how this works.
I got some help.
Look at your screen. Look closely at what Martin's holding up.
Oh, yeah, Dallas Fort Worth.
Nope, further north.
I'm not cheating.
Another cue.
Chicago.
Look
I don't know. Dude, I told you I was going flying this afternoon. I'm trying to help you out here.
Keep guessing. What's the Class Bravo airport where they have really good pizza if you're not from New York? Did you ever watch Laverne and Shirley?
Hicks? I don't know. Someone said Hicks.
No, it's.
What's a really good? Didn't their team win the World Series?
It's by a really big lake.
Sorry, it's by a huge lake. 3 syllables, starts with a C, ends with an O. Come on, you can do this, Jordan.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm bummed.
Do you know where O'Hare Airport is?
Yes, O'Hare, Chicago.
Oh, you got it! Oh my God!
That's the one, yeah.
Seriously, knocked it out of the park, Jordan. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I'm going to edit the video so it looks like you just threw that right out there.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, of course. So shoot me an email at trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com and we'll exchange information and I'll get a gift card sent your way.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. You be safe. You have a great night.
Go visit.
You have a good one. Bye.
All right, bye. That's how that works. I had planned on if everyone called in with absolute wrong answers, we're going to do whatever we have to get them to the right answer because I don't want to hang up on anybody.
Yeah, I was really hoping this might help.
I'm so glad you did that. So what's Martin? What's next in the hopper for you? What are we going to see on your channel coming soon?
Got a couple of things in the pipeline. One is probably a couple of different videos about slow flight. That's from an emergency maneuver training class I took last year in Santa Paula, California, that I'm working on. with a couple of instructors that are helping me. And I still have all my nice memories of last year's Oshkosh that I'm looking at every now and then. And I'm making progress turning that into a nice video. So that'll be out, for sure before this year's Oshkosh.
All right, I can't wait to see it, and I really hope Oshkosh happens. I want to cross paths with you again. It's you're one of the friendliest, most fun people to be around, and I really enjoy getting to hang out with you. So I'm glad I got a chance to hang out with you and fly with you a few weeks back for the video we did when we were helping Dan out. So
and I'll try to reserve that nice upstairs patio again for you with the food and drinks that you liked so much last year.
That was very kind of you. Well, Martin, as with everyone, thank you very much for taking the time to be with me tonight. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the people that are watching. So I hope you guys are safe and healthy, and I hope to see you soon.
It's been my pleasure. Good night, Brian. Good night, Aaron.
All right, good night. All right, so the next guy on my list isn't very good. He's kind of small, and he's new to the YouTube game. He made a video once, and a couple people saw it. And I don't know. I don't think he's going to go anywhere big. But he called me and he was like, dude, can I please be on your show tonight? And I was like, no. And he gave me a little bit of money. And I was like, all right, I'll let you on this one time.
Right now, as the Hobbs meter sits in this airplane, I need 0.6 hours to reach 1,000 hours total time. And that's going to happen on this flight, right?
That's right. And I think it was, about a year ago? You and I went up, same situation, except you were reaching your 500-hour mark, and I was reaching my 1,000-hour mark.
And then this flight that we just did is the last logbook entry, the last entry in my first logbook. So this is the logbook that I've had ever since I started flying. And this flight right now is the last one in that book. So now I'm going to start a whole new logbook.
And more flights to come in less than a month. We're headed.
Oshkosh. We're excited about that.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
They're crying.
What's going on, Josh? How you doing?
Oh, not too much. Well, a lot. I mean, stuff's busy, but staying in isolation, all that kind of stuff. I miss my fan. But
well, I was going to ask, are you as starstruck with me on your screen as I am with you right now? It goes both ways, right?
Oh, absolutely. My heart's pounding. I can't believe I'm talking to you.
It's true. Like, do you think?
Actually, no. I'm here for Aaron. Just yeah.
Oh, most people probably are. Do you think the aviation videography gig's ever going to work out for you, or is that just
like I don't know. It's just been, I don't know. I don't think I have the touch.
Just a pretty face, Josh.
That's all I am.
Are you able to get any flying in during this time?
Yeah, actually, we're really fortunate to own our own airplane, so we don't have to go out and rent. I know a lot of flight schools they're not even allowing, or at least around here, they're not allowing people to go rent planes for solo stuff even. So having access to our own Skyhawk is nice. So we're trying to keep the oil warm, keep the battery charged. I went up and did some proficiency stuff the other night, so just we're trying to keep the flying game going as much as possible.
Well, very good. Yeah, I picked that clip because you and I have talked a little bit about this. My father's a big reason that I got into flying. He flew when I was younger, and I always say he's my favorite co-pilot. And I know you and your dad, I guess we talked a little bit when you were on Daniel's show about you and your dad flying to Oshkosh. And so it's one of those things that I see that video and it just, I like it because it reminds me of flying with my dad, which I really get a kick out of.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that was a couple of years ago when we did that flight, and time really flies. And I mean, I don't know if he's my favorite co-pilot or pilot. And
well, my dad might be watching right now, so I have to say that. So.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe he's my favorite student. I don't know, because we're working on his instrument, but I don't know. No, we enjoy flying together. It's an absolute blast. I know a lot of people they don't get the opportunity to fly with, their father, mother, uncle, whoever got them into flying. So being able to have that opportunity is definitely something we like to capitalize on. So we fly together whenever we can.
Yeah, my dad and I fly like an old couple drive. Neither of us know how the other is able to do it without us in there pointing out everything they're doing wrong.
That's kind of how my dad and I are. Yeah.
All right. So Josh, do you have a trivia question for our viewers?
No.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yes, I absolutely do.
Plan for this.
That's right. Oh God. Yeah. I got to scramble, right? That's show
Josh,
business.
what are you doing?
Get me on the phone. Yep.
That's not how it works. These people are waiting for you to ask something, and it better be clever.
That's right. Well, I didn't know if it would be appropriate for me to call in on when I think it was when Dan asked about the name of his airplane. I was like, I had my finger on your name on my phone. I was about to call you. But,
you know what? Let's mix it up. You just throw out the answer, and we'll have someone call in and play the video clip.
What? You think that'll work? I don't know. That might be a disaster.
We're bordering.
I'll ask the question. We'll make it easy here. I'll ask the question. All right. So when I went to Alaska in last June, I collaborated with an individual and we did a bunch of crazy fun stuff, and it was absolutely amazing. And he's kind of known now for yelling clear at the top of his lungs whenever we're about to start the engine. And I'll finish. I guess I'll finish. Should I finish the question now or finish it after you roll the clip?
Well, let's finish it after. I want to laugh.
All right. Yeah, let's laugh. Roll it.
Clear! 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 Clear!
And get this flight rolling.
Clear!
That's such good memories. I love it. I love it.
Me too. I'm remembering when I put the clip together yesterday. Someone's already calling and you haven't even finished the question.
What do you want to go and answer it, or
let's do it? Let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So who do I have on the phone with Josh Flowers?
This is Christopher.
Christopher Moore. Do you want him to finish the question or do you know the answer?
If he's going to ask who that is, I'd say it's Chris Palmer.
There's two parts to the question, though.
Yeah. What color underwear was he wearing?
Yeah. I can unfortunately answer that. What's his name? You already got that part. And then what's the name of his brand? That's the other part of the question.
Angle of attack.
Angle of attack. Is that correct, Josh?
That is correct. Easy. Too easy.
All right, Christopher. Shoot me an email, trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com. And I will give you your choice of a gift card to Sporties or DoorDash, whatever is more beneficial to you at this time. And while you have this moment, you have Josh on the line. Do you have any questions for him?
Yeah, when are you going to go to work for the Discovery Channel?
I asked you that today.
We were talking. Brian and I were talking about that earlier today. I don't know if the Discovery Channel's watching. Hit me up. Let's talk about something.
I'm sure
I don't
the
know.
Discovery Channel's watching this, Josh. I'm sure they were like, "Oh, Brian's live streaming Saturday on his little YouTube."
yeah. So that's right. No, it's filmmaking is a huge passion of mine, and it's probably, it's neck and neck with aviation as far as how passionate I am about it. Filmmaking might actually take the cake by a little bit there, but I just love telling a good story, and we're getting some sort of a show that inspires a bigger audience and that kind of stuff. That's ultimately like a dream job for me. So it's a good question. I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that question, but maybe soon.
If you ever get a call from the Discovery Channel, like, yeah, do you know anyone who's kind of funny and silly? We want the spinoff. just
I'm not mentioning your name.
No, I wouldn't either. I've got friends in the Discovery Channel. They're calling me right now. I'm hanging up.
That's right.
All right. Well, Josh, thank you very, very much for coming on. I appreciate it. We always talk about going and flying together because we don't live that far apart. Once this is all over, we need to figure out how to make that happen, man.
Absolutely. We've never been in a plane together. So we need to fix that.
Yeah. Most people have only been in a plane with me once, but we should have that one time at least.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good because what's more dangerous than a CFI and a student in an airplane, right?
What's that?
2 CFIs.
I'm a CFI.
Yes, you are.
You're
absolutely a CFI, right?
Yeah, they add an I every time I get turned into the FISDO for teaching people to fly. That's how that works.
That's right. Perfect.
All right, Josh, thank you very, very much again. And I look forward to crossing paths with you in person soon.
Absolutely, man. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you.
All right, take care.
Thanks.
All right. Are we done or do we have more people? There's these people looking at me. What are these names? I don't know these guys. All right. So let me pull off this little logo here, a little behind the scenes thing. So this next individual is just an amazing person. I love following everything this guy does. For the last 6 years, his passion has been getting our aircraft out of our hangars. And in order to do that, he invented robots that solve this problem for us. And he doesn't have a really cool intro like a lot of my other guests. So I just took my favorite internet clip of this man and decided I would throw this up here as I bring him out.
There's certain things you expect to see on security cameras late at night when engineers are working late and testing product, and certain things you don't expect to see. So I present to you security camera 13 tonight, the middle of the night. But I'm proud of these guys. They're doing some awesome testing and awesome programming, but I just thought this was fun.
How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing fantastic. Sure appreciate you having me on.
Sure. How do I get that job?
You know, come on down. You're always welcome.
Do you ever just take them out in your neighborhood and drive them around the street like that?
You know, we are roaming them all over the place, pushing trash cans, pulling cars and trucks. When we try to break these tugs, we get some really funny looks because we got to load up a lot of weight, a big train, and I mean trucks, trailers behind trailers with tow straps, trying to melt motors and controllers. And you got to get out on the road to do that. Luckily, there's not a lot of people around. But you start having this little teeny tug that people don't even know what it is, pulling this big train of trucks and trailers as we try to break components. It's a good time.
So you and I talked briefly yesterday. You've been doing this for 6 years, and from our conversation, the inspiration for this entire business that you have now, I saw you at Oshkosh, and you just wheeling and dealing and selling these things. Your wife had a problem moving to plane, and you fixed it, and you're like, that's my new job.
Yeah, that's really the in a nutshell. That's it. My wife struggled with a lot of different tugs. She flies the Cirrus, and she damaged the wheel pants a couple times. And my twin brother Mike and I are like, it's time to, bring tugs into the 21st century. And we thought, we don't need to move aircraft with farm equipment. Let's see if we can step it up. And we never ever imagined that it would take off the way it has. I mean, the aviation community has been so good to us. It's just amazing.
I would love to take one of my wife's pet peeves and turn it into a business. And so I'm working on a robot that puts the toilet seat down.
That'll save marriages too. So.
Yeah.
The funnest thing about Susie getting her the very first best tug attached to her Cirrus is she went from flying, and she's been a pilot for, she's sitting here with me, 18 years. And she was flying her Cirrus about 20 to 24 hours a year is all. And we got her new tug, and she immediately went to about 120 to 140 hours a year. Because if she wants to fly, she's not debating, well, I want to go flying, but is it worth the hassle of getting the plane in and out just to fly for 30 minutes? And now that doesn't enter her mind. If she's like thinking, I want to fly, she heads to the airport. She doesn't need someone to help. She doesn't fuss with any other equipment. She just goes flying. So she's a safer pilot.
Well, it's a good product. I have not heard of one pilot accidentally leaving his best tug attached while he takes off and having.
No, that's a good thing. We're waiting.
Well, Mark, do you have a question that you would like to ask the viewing audience this evening?
Yes, I do. My twin brother Mike and I have done a lot of different businesses together and have been partners since we shared a womb together for 9 months, a room for 19 years. And our first business we started when we were 15 years old. So the question is, what was that business? And for bonus points with a much bigger reward of nothing extra, what was the name of the company?
So this is the first business that Mike and Mark had together. I've followed you guys for a while, and I think there was, I don't know what university it was, but you were giving a speech and you were telling the story, and it's one of the most motivational things. Like, I don't know, I watched it and I'm like, it just motivates me to like, man, I can do anything. So I really, really enjoy you guys' passion for just everything you guys do. All right, we got somebody from Colorado. All right, who do I have on the phone?
Oh my God, it's Brian Garrett.
Brian Garrett, I know you. You don't want to talk to me and Mark Patey.
Yeah, actually.
Hello,
all
Brian.
Right.
I watch Mark's channel all the time as well.
Oh, well, I'm
So-
go ahead.
Yep. So they built that.
They built what?
Man, there's quite a delay.
Yeah, sorry, radio. Turn your radio down.
Yeah, I just turned the TV down.
So what did they build?
They built decks.
They built decks. That is correct. Is that correct, Mark?
Yeah,
That's correct.
That's right. Do you know the name of the company?
Oh God, I do not know.
All right, it's pretty obscure.
I've got a hint. I've got a hint for you. And this picture actually usually stirs a lot of emotion for me. We grew up pretty poor. This is the first vehicle we ever bought. It was for our company, and
I think Mark's about to show us a photo.
So I think this was at 16 years old. We bought that beat up old van, and that's Deck It. Custom redwood decks, gazebos, hot tubs.
Deck It.
That's our company van right there.
That's how I knew the name of the company, because I was asking this trivia question, and I went and Googled it, and I saw that van pop up on the internet.
Oh, awesome.
Well, Brian, while you're on the line, you got any questions for Mr. Patey?
No, I love the build that you're working on right now. It's just amazing.
All right. Well, Brian, thank you for calling in, and I hope you guys are safe. I hope everyone's healthy, and hope to see you at Oshkosh one of these days.
Yeah, definitely. We need to get beer again.
We do. All right, dude. You take care.
Come say hi at our Best Tugs booth. We got a free T-shirt for you.
All right. All right. So I'll ask you this while I got you. Everyone's kind of locked down. From what I see of you and your brother, it looks like being locked down probably not going to stop you guys from doing too much. Is it? You guys live at your job.
We like to play and we like to work, and we don't pause much in between. So no, we're still flying. I was out flying with Susie yesterday. She's working on her instrument rating and her Cirrus, and so we're still getting out quite a bit and playing. Mike was out flying yesterday with Chandra. She was doing some hillside landings in a wonderful, good spot to practice hillsides in a Cub, and she greased 3 in a row on the side of a mountain. So
really,
not traditional, just dirt strip. She's planting it on the hills, on the slopes. So
that's
we're
awesome.
Still playing.
Awesome. Well, Mark, thank you very, very, very much for taking the time. I know you guys are. From watching you, I don't know when you guys sleep or do anything. You guys seem so busy, so it does mean a lot to me that you would, take your time out of your evening and spend it with me. So really, really, really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me. It's great.
All right, you have a good evening.
You too.
Dude, that just happened on my channel. All right. Who is this guy? All right, here's another guy. I think he's a YouTuber that some of you guys are probably familiar with. He's made a couple of videos that have, I don't know if they've gone viral, but they've done all right. And he calls me sometimes asking for tips, and I try to help him out.
I'm Trent Palmer. I fly drones for a living and bush planes for fun. Follow along as I journey off the beaten path of aviation.
Phone's already ringing, Trent.
Awesome.
Someone from Ohio already knows what you're going to ask.
I would just answer it. Let's see what they say.
Let's find out what they say. If they have the answer to this question, I'm going to be impressed.
I'll just leave. I'll be like, that was awesome.
All right. You are on live with Trent Palmer, who has not yet asked the question. Do you know the answer?
I do not. I was only calling to ask what was in his flight bag. One of my favorite videos of yours was your flight bag review.
Well, I really, really appreciate that, and I will ask him that question and get that answer for you. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark. Shoot me an email at trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com, and we'll chat.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you have a good night. Sorry, the fans. You gotta.
That's awesome.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I was surprised to see your channel took a crazy turn into electronic motorcycles over the weekend, and that looked like a tremendous amount of fun.
Yeah, those things are a blast.
That was pretty awesome. So
yeah.
You I've been following you. So you live out in the high desert in Nevada. So you're probably I'm assuming your business is probably impacted by this with the drone video stuff.
Yeah, the whole film industry is shut down. So at this point, I'm currently just a YouTuber, I guess.
Really?
And yeah, the wife's business, she does permanent cosmetics. So both of us are working from home right now.
Oh,
We're
man.
not working.
Oh, I see. I would have figured everybody would still be filming, but just queuing stuff up for release at a later date. But that's unfortunate.
Nope.
So that means you just have to fly around and ride around and play with your toys all day.
Exactly.
So what's next in the queue on your channel? What are we going to see coming out next? If I'm allowed to ask.
You know, we've been toying with the idea of strapping a drone to the wing strut of a plane, just because the gimbal can handle higher winds than some of the other gimbals that we've used. And then we could get a longer lens and make our own little like makeshift aerial film rig. So that's one of on my list. A buddy of mine just built a plane, so I want to go kind of film a little video about the whole story of that, and then whatever other shenanigans come up in between now and then.
Oh man, that's really cool. I loved the video you did of the, I guess the impossible camera angle.
Oh yeah.
That was, I don't know, you do a lot of very creative stuff. So I really, really enjoy what you do.
And I can't take all the credit for that one. There was a guy, Fred Stork, I believe, a friend of mine on Facebook, that he did that before me. And I was like, that's genius. I need to try that. So I ripped that off. That was not me.
Well, I wanted to rip it off of you, but I fly a certified aircraft, so I can't.
Oh yeah. Can't do it.
There's a lot of things my experimental friends do. And I'm like, oh, wish I could do that, but.
Gotta love experimental.
I know. Well, Trent, as with everybody, thank you very, very much for calling in. My friend Erik Johnston, who was on earlier, says, tell Trent I love his videos.
Awesome.
Everybody does.
Thanks, Erik.
So, Trent, do you have a question you'd like to ask of our viewers this evening?
I do. In 2017, I was able to fly 2 aircraft at the same time, something that most pilots can't say they've ever done. If I was to make a logbook entry, I probably would have noted it as flying formation with myself. Can anyone tell me how I managed to do that?
That's another idea I really wanted to steal from you, and I wouldn't have thought in a million years it would have worked.
Me neither.
So, also always appreciate having a fellow FSDO alumni on to join me.
Oh yeah, I'm getting very weathered in that arena.
Do people call on you frequently?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrapped up my second one, and as always, it's a non-event, but there's a little tension building up to the phone call.
Yeah.
All right, you are on live with Trent Palmer. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Brian. This is Patrick Murphy from Pennsylvania. Hey, Trent.
Hey, Patrick.
Patrick Murphy from Pennsylvania. Do you know how Trent was able to fly 2 aircraft at the same time?
Yes, I do. One was I think it was almost full scale airplane, not quite a tri-pacer, but the other one was an RC airplane.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Trent launched a radio-controlled aircraft out of his plane, and I know, right? Isn't that something that I would do? That was and again, I would have been like, as soon as I'm watching you start, I'm like, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
It worked out. Well, you got Trent on the phone. Do you have any questions you want to ask him while you got him here?
Yeah, Trent. First of all, your house is beautiful, man. Congrats on
for real
that.
Well, thank you.
You're living a dream that I think most of us would love to live, and I love your videos.
Well, thank you.
But my next question is, when are you going to upgrade to a real plane like a tri-pacer?
As soon as I can afford it, man. I've been saving, and I'll just keep saving.
All right. Well, Patrick, so there's an email address. I'll throw it up here on the screen real quick. Trivia, worldsgreatestpilot.com. Shoot me an email, and I will send you your choice of a gift card to Sporty's, if that works for you. If not, I'll give you a gift card to DoorDash. I'm going to try to buy 10 people dinner tonight. So shoot me an email, exchange information, and I'll get that sent over to you.
Will do, brother. Hey, love you guys.
All right. Hey, thank you very much for calling in. You have a great night. Be safe.
You too, man.
All right. Bye. All right. That's awesome, man. This is so fun.
Yeah.
That was my whole goal tonight was, kind of create this sort of interaction where people get to, this guy's got to speak to Trent Palmer tonight. And by the way, for me too, like I've just been.
Oh my gosh, he's been.
It's funny. It trips me out because I've been watching your videos from well before I started my YouTube channel. I think like your pre-flighting a Cirrus video I shared with like every single one of my friends. I was like, this is so epic. And then I went and watched all your other videos. So it's funny how it comes full circle like that.
I know. I'm like, Trent commented on my video. I'm going to pin it to the top. So people know I'm legit.
Yeah, no, I've been watching your stuff for a while.
Well, thank you very much. That means a lot more to me than I'm going to let on right now in front of everybody. I'll be in bed that week. Trent watches my stuff. Well, hey man, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for coming on and taking the time with me tonight. Again, I know you guys, I can tell by the communication with everybody that I've talked to the last 2 weeks, you guys are so much busier than me. And so it means a lot to me that you guys can take the time out to join me this evening.
Anytime, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Be safe. And I look forward to more content from you. It's awesome stuff, man.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right. So I don't remember. Is that everybody? Was that 10? It feels like 10.
I think there's one more.
You think there's one more? All right. Let me go down my list of people. Did we get everybody? Oh yeah, there's this guy. Oh gosh. Okay. So the next guy that's coming on my channel, this is the guy that every little boy wanted to be when he grew up. This guy gets to stay up as late as he wants, playing with his toys all night long. If you have some challenge or something in life you need to overcome and you need some motivation, just go watch this guy's videos. The way he attacks projects, the way he attacks problems, everything he does is so absolutely motivating. And I absolutely cannot believe I'm about to bring this guy onto my channel. Here we go.
It's physics, math, and engineering. Machine it, draft it, build it, test it, break it. Every time something new gets built, the entire world advances. Laying in bed at night, it's designing new parts, designing new suspension, designing new wings.
Mike Patey, how are you?
Fantastic. This show's been awesome. So many great people. All these people I love to watch on YouTube, and you bring them all together. So it's just the greatest group of family.
I had a list of 20 people because I go, maybe 5 or 6 of these will say yes. So I went through the first 10 and all 10 said yes. And I was like, okay, very cool. First off, out of the gates, will you adopt me?
Yes. Put out a program online. It's on my next YouTube video on how to be adopted by the Patey family. We do,
all right.
child labor stuff. Keep all our kids working at Best Tech. So, we got to.
I get a brother. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not. So I asked Mark, your brother, I said, hey, if Mike can't make it, can you just change shirts and be Mike? And he goes, yeah, I'll change from this black tug shirt into another black tug shirt and just be Mike.
I didn't have time to change my shirt.
Yeah. I imagine you guys have a closet that's just black. Well played. So I have so many questions for you. And the first one is I've come to anticipate a new plane from you at Oshkosh every year.
Yeah.
If Oshkosh 2020 doesn't happen, how are you going to fly 2 planes to Oshkosh 2021?
Oh, it actually was a topic of discussion recently because I've had that thought. What if I get Scrappy done and I'm taking it to Oshkosh, and if it doesn't happen, and I build my next plane and I had it done in time? The good thing is I have a twin brother.
Well, and it looks like Scrappy will probably tow anything you put behind it. So if you want to just drag it in.
I'm putting out applications for glider pilots. Yeah. And we're just going to hook whatever plane I'm almost done with.
Your right calf muscle is going to be so big from the amount of right rudder you're going to have to put in to fly that. How many horsepower is it?
500. 500.
Well, I'm a little starstruck right now, Mike. So I do want to thank you. Like your channel is the channel I go to, and it is motivating the way you attack projects, the way you do stuff. You're so positive, so enthusiastic, and it is just I'm so glad when I see a new video come out. I'm like, I got 30 minutes here, and I'm going to walk away ready to just go like conquer the world. And usually I end up sitting on my couch watching TV afterwards, but for that brief moment, I can do anything. And I really, really appreciate the enthusiasm and what you bring to aviation. It's so fun to watch. It really, really is, Mike.
Thank you so much.
That said, do you have a question for the viewing audience tonight?
Yes, I do have a question.
Glad everyone came with questions.
I came prepared. In May 2019, about 2 years before this crazy toilet paper crisis, me and some friends, the Flying Cowboys, went out to exact revenge on another friend of mine, and we put out the craziest epic toilet paper job I've ever had the gut bust laughing of my life, bombing a house from helicopters, planes, several planes, helicopters, and just buried this house with toilet paper. So my question is this. Can you name 3 of the Flying Cowboy pilots?
That's going to be an easy one. That video is probably one of my favorite videos. I can't imagine what the cleanup effort was like. I'm going to show you that video tonight.
Why did you go there? Like, I was like having a good time, and then all of a sudden you mentioned the clean.
I just made Mike Patey sad.
I can build, but tell me to build you a new plane by next week. But that toilet paper cleanup job was the most brutal thing. We thought we were watching the weather pretty good, and we thought, we'll give us 2 days to clean up, and there was a storm coming.
Yeah.
After 1 day of cleanup, epic failure. It was like we hadn't even touched it, and we knew if we didn't finish, this rain was going to bury this paper. So I ended up hiring. We rented a big 15-passenger van, hired everybody we could get from a Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah.
Everybody you could find. We filled them in a van, drove them out of town, and we cleaned up this and filled an entire enclosed trailer with trash. It was we filled all our toilet paper, and it was amazing how much trash was all over this ranch. It was like every time we found someone who did a really bad toilet paper bomb drop, we thought, we're going to kill you because we have to pick up all the trash to get all the way over to there where you missed the house. Like, so yeah, that was a lot of fun and an epic cleanup job. My gosh.
All right, you, sir, are on the phone live with Mr. Mike Patey. Who am I speaking to?
You are talking to Blake Nelson from Kansas City.
Blake Nelson from Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
First and most important question, did you see the toilet paper video?
I did see the toilet paper video, yes.
All right. Can you name 3 members of the Flying Cowboys?
Would Trent Palmer, Scott Palmer, and Mike Patey count?
I don't know, Mike. Does that count?
I don't recognize 2 of those names. But well, Mike's my twin brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Of course.
We got Corey.
Right on.
Oh, he's going down the list now. He's got it. Yes. Well, Blake, I'm throwing my email address up here, trivia@worldsgreatestpilot.com. So shoot me an email, and I'll shoot you a $25 gift card to Sporties or DoorDash, whatever works best for you.
Sounds perfect.
While you have Mike Patey on the phone, it's a pretty rare moment. Do you have any questions for him?
I just want him to know that I really enjoyed meeting him at Oshkosh. I'm sure he doesn't remember because he's a celebrity, but I did meet him. And I'm excited to see Scrappy fly.
Yeah, I think everybody is. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, next Oshkosh, if you get there, come up and say hi and tell me you were the one that answered the question. And let me grab some shirts, hats, some gear. Come up and say hello again and remind me who it was I met. I look forward to meeting you again.
Did you hear that?
I did not.
All right. He said next time you go to Oshkosh, come find him and let him know you were Blake from the show, and he's going to give you some swag.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Well, thank you very much for calling in, Blake. Hope you have a good evening, and hope everyone in your family is healthy and safe.
Okay, you too. Thanks.
All right. You have a good night. Wow, this was fun. I want to do this every night. What are y'all doing tomorrow, all of you guys?
Building an airplane.
So I know the Scrappy thing's coming along. I've been following that. I know you've got a second plane on the back burner that I've heard rumors about. Are you talking about that one yet, or is that all future?
I can tell a little bit about it. There's 2 planes on the back burners after Scrappy coming. So one is Draco X, and Draco X is going to be the comeback of one of my all-time favorite aircraft, and we're going to do more horsepower, bigger wing, stronger wing, improve. The X stands for 10, obviously, and that's the 10 major improvements and advancements I'm going to put into Draco X. So I'm super excited to bring Draco back again. And I have another project. If you ever saw one of my builds called Turbulence,
yes,
I believe it's still the fastest flying single-engine turbine in the world today. And before someone knocks at the back door of that aircraft, I think I'm going to build something to to smoke it.
Really?
So a new project coming. So we're gonna go from slow and stole to fast and high.
Well, the Draco thing was riveting for me. I remember you were getting all the electronics and stuff for the panel and talking about bringing it to Oshkosh, and I was looking at you with these avionics and these wires. And I was like, "There's no way that thing's going to be at Oshkosh. There's not a chance." And then, sure enough, it showed up. I went to Oshkosh. With my dad for the first time, and I just see my dad look over and he goes, "What on earth is that thing?" And I was like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah, that was a push. I actually flew off my hours, the hours before I could leave the designated safety zone, and I coordinated my last hour of flight to cross the boundary for my safety and continue to Oshkosh. So that's how tight it was to make it. But I was fortunate. First flight went perfect, and every hour flight after that was a zero squawk build, and so it went from build to the air show and competed. So I think the first time I landed on grass with Draco was arriving out at the Oshkosh area. It was the first time I off-field with that.
Wow.
Competed in this whole event that weekend. So that was a lot of fun.
That's building a plane and flying to Oshkosh. I did 150 test runs of this live stream today. I got to memorize every word and do this. And you're like, I'm just taking it to Oshkosh for the test run. Good for you, man. Well, again, Mike, I really, really thank you. Thanks to everyone that came in and was willing to do this. I'm blown away. And I look forward to every video from you. I'm not kidding when I say it's the most motivating thing. And just I watching you sand stuff and I'm like, man, why isn't he outsourcing this to somebody? Like, who's going to sit there and wet sand this thing for hours and hours and hours? You are.
I have one guy who helps me, and one of these days I'm gonna get him on camera. He's just the greatest guy ever, and he's been helping me for 10 years. And the first time he came over to help me, I asked him to hand me a crescent wrench, and he said, "What's a crescent wrench?" He doesn't fly. He doesn't know anything about aviation. He had no mechanical, but man, he can think right. Like he is dropping tools in front of me right before I can ask, "Hey, I need a 15-millimeter wrench." It is sitting in my hand. So
wow,
we work together, and so it's been great. And then I kind of make a hurricane disaster mess of the shop while I'm working because I got him with me. And I tell you, he's why I can get stuff done, because I'll grind and sand and work, and I literally drop my tools and go right to the carbon and then right to the wiring. I don't like to stop, and so I try to never have a break. And he just follows me around and cleans up the big train wreck I make. So,
all right, last question. How many hours did you sleep last night?
Last night, good 6 maybe.
6? Okay. I heard rumors that you never sleep. I didn't know if it was true or not.
Yeah. Well, I might be exaggerating.
I got a guy that sleeps for me. Outsource the sleep.
Well,
that's all I got. Thank you very much, Mike. Again, it was a pleasure to have you on. I'm glad you were able to do it, and I cannot wait on the edge of my seat every time a video comes out to see what you're going to do next. You're so impressive, and I love what you're doing with aviation. So thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you for having me. It's a lot of fun.
All right. You guys have a good night. I hope you and your families, I hope everyone's healthy and safe.
Good night.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Well, somehow that managed to happen. Wow. So for real, I'm really kind of baffled that these folks were kind enough to give me their time. These are people that I admire and that impress me daily. Really expected everyone to be like, that's cool, but I'm kind of busy or I got a commitment. And everybody, 100% of the people said yes and turned out really blown away by it. So grateful to them. And thanks for the people who watch my channel and subscribe and do all that kind of stuff. I'm really lucky to be able to do this, and I'm glad to be able to share this with you. So I hope everybody is safe and healthy, and I hope you fly safe, and I hope you guys fly smart. You want to say good night?
Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Click this link to see the most recent video upload. Click this link to see a video that YouTube thinks you might like. Click this link to subscribe to my channel.